A lot of the weakness came from an inventory drawdown. It was a big drag in the third quarter, and that's simply because we had too much stock at the end of Q2. So with inventories coming down to more reasonable levels, I think it sets the stage for Q4 to look better. And if you look at final sales, we're looking at a pretty solid number. Consumer spending improved, business investment improved, residential investment improved. The composition of growth actually looks a lot better than that headline would suggest.
How do you think Janet Yellen reads that headline?
Well, obviously on the surface, a one handle is not encouraging, but as always, you can't overreact to one report, so she's going to look at a moving average. And I think if you look at the trend, it still looks like we're seeing low 2% growth on a moving average basis. And then the composition with consumer spending looking better, business investment starting to look better, I think she actually is going to be perfectly fine with this report.
Fine for December.
December is a close call. It is our baseline call that they go in December. So we were somewhat encouraged by what we heard from the Fed yesterday, that they put that back into the statement. They put it into the statement as giving an option. They're not guaranteeing that they go in December. The data has to allow it to. But I think that today's number is perfectly acceptable for them in terms of warranting the hike in December.
I think the Fed's looking.
I think what your previous segment highlighted really is a real move that you're going to see in China short term. The other short-term movements, I would say, are really de minimis at this time. What we're
the babies have yet to be born.
The babies have yet to be born. So we're saying, yes, the immediate impact is going to be on, well, what's happening? How is consumption going to change just for that one segment of demographics? What we're really focused on is the longer-term story, the consumption story that could have an impact going on, say, 10, 20 years from now.
Tell us what that is.
Well, the impact there is just obviously the consumer. And what China is trying to do is diversify from an investment-driven economy to a consumer economy. They've had some hit or misses along the way. We think that they are clearly on the right path, but whether or not they get there today, tomorrow, the market doesn't know, and that's something that's caused some uncertainty.
Are you still